Hello, Homo sapiens. Thought I'd pop back to you to warn you what a mess you're making of the world. You've only lived on this world for about, well, some reckon that about 100,000 years. It's about the same as us, although some people claim we survived for 170,000 years. Anyway, looks like climate change was the main reason why we died out. We couldn't adapt with the shortage of food. They reckon many of you might even be descended from us. Ha 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 ha. Did you know we actually have bigger brains than you? Maybe that's why you're so thick you can't understand what you're doing to our planet. Firstly, you messed up the climate through the burning of fossil fuels, oil, gas, coal. You burned them on a huge scale, releasing all sorts of pollutants into the air. The single worst cause now is probably automobiles, exhaust emissions. They estimate that every year about 30,000 people in the UK die as a result of air pollution. And more than 3 million deaths across the world. You've also polluted the soil and water in our world, not helped by chopping down masses of forests and trees. Global warming? Well, it's happening now, isn't it? Secondly, you've created massive inequality in the world. I'm not saying extreme socialism like communism was successful, but it was a lot fairer than this capitalism. Capitalism is now out of control in the world, allowing the rich to get richer and the poorest to die of disease and starvation. Even in a relatively rich country like Britain, you have food banks, and so many children are going to school hungry. Across the world, there are over 1 billion people who live on less than 87p a day, or if you're in the US currency, $1.25 a day. Yet, there are individuals in this world worth billions of dollars, billions of pounds. The 62 richest people are worth more than the total amount of wealth of half of the world's population combined. It's because of greed that certain species of animal like whales and elephants are really at risk. Also, inequality is still rife between women and men. Most corporations, executives, and most politicians in the world are still male. In many countries which are friends of the UK and the States, women are second-class citizens, not allowed to vote, and often forced to dress in a particular way. Despite equality laws in many countries, there are still groups of people who are bullied or treated badly, particularly Black and Asian people. Racism is still rife and making a comeback in some of the so-called civilized countries. Just listen to buffoons like Trump or the nationalist parties. Thirdly, your greedy, exploitative wars are causing millions of people to suffer. Of 162 countries covered by the Institute for Economics and Peace, only 11 are currently not involved in some kind of conflict. Since the Second World War, after establishing your new friends Israel, right in Palestine, Britain itself has been involved in 23 conflicts across the world. Most of these have been motivated by power or greed. Your empirical crusades across Africa and the Middle East have caused uprisings and terrorism everywhere. Yet you still preach to people that this is justice. Fourthly, the leaders of your country and many others are totally corrupt and liars. Your country's elite have hidden agendas. Ever heard of Agenda 21? Do some research. You have hypocritical alliances with brutal, murderous regimes, like that in Syria and Saudi Arabia. Your politicians and police have covered up historical child abuse for years. They've also encouraged fraudulent money-making, like in Finchley Road. So, you Homo sapiens, why do you continue to do nothing about all these crimes? Well, one reason maybe you're too busy, earning a bit of money here and there for your family. Or maybe you're afraid that if you and others speak up, you may be secretly murdered by the powers that be. Maybe you're religious and believe God will save you. Maybe, like millions of other people on the planet today, you're indoctrinated by the bias of the media through television or newspapers like The Sun and the Daily Mail. Or maybe you just can't be bothered with all that political stuff and simply prefer to watch football or play online games. Isn't modern technology brilliant? Woohoo! Well, Homo sapiens, I'm going back to my grave now, where I've been for thousands of years. It's been nice talking to you, even if you'll just carry on doing nothing about the world you've steadily messed up. If you all rose up together, you could maybe still make a difference. You know, bring on the revolution and save the world. Just dreaming. Anyway, bye-bye, Homo sapiens. Peace and love to all creatures.